Remember the bingle jingle? Inviting the world to mix and mingle, where a fair go was your welcome mat. Unless you're of caramel descent, then ain't nobody got time for that. You see, rocking up for my first job at Coles was like a scene on Border Patrol. Her plastic tag read Dorothy, glasses corded, she hawked, "Do you have a visa, honey?" Caught in a truck's light, I was a squirrel digging for my MasterCard. Caught at a job interview with a question off guard. She repeated again, this time slowly, so I could follow. "We don't want no illegal workers here in Australia, honey." Bravo. What makes you Australian? Is it a Southern Cross tattoo or wombat stew crumbled with a Dunkaroo? As if my Aussie passport is temporary or my birthplace a mistake. For all you Dorothys out there, allow me to firmly iterate for those who've come across the seas. We've boundless plains to share. With courage let us all combine to advance Australia fair. Upon hearing these lines, do you think of a time when Australia's learned to share and care and dare to wear its heart on its face, fully aware that most of us in this place are far from fair, but brown and black and slow to attack, but quick to embrace? A warm Australia, a handmade Australia, not a shooing Australia. When idiots spit a psalm at my brother, I'm confused as to why. On Australia Day, when the night sky spews bigot bile, I'm left traumatised. When a teen rips off my uncle's turban, I'm an enraged flame of pain and shame and sorrow. For tomorrow, when a hooning ute throws a rotten peach at my dad and screams, "Go home, you bloody terrorist!" I plead to you, where the bloody hell are we? My people, the Sikhs, yeah, we have an identity, just like you and him and her, like Prue and Jim and Fleur. You see this hair? It's long and preened and seen. It stands for me and my choices. You'll see that turban. It belongs there in suburban Melbourne to Perth. It says, "Hey mate, we're all equal on earth." And Dorothy, if it's really a competition, well maybe I'm more Aussie than you, if Aussie means equality, because that turban, it's noble from start to end. It's worn to defend you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. You can trust me, it says. Sikhs in turbans came here in 1860 with camels and carts and courageous hearts, and look at the maxi taxi. We're still driving and steering the country, in offices, in hospitals, and even on stage, to advance Australia fair page by page. So bring on the slurs and curs and scars and burrs. Take it for the team. Bring the racists into high beam. Let them spew their poison in my direction. So another won't have to cop this disaffection. Shut the gate on the hate state. So when people tell me and my family to go home to where we came from, I reply with a smile, tongue in cheek. Mate, we've been right at home for the past 200 years. I'm not the one that's a freak. I'm fully Sikh. Thank you for listening. You guys weren't clicking though. What's for that? I asked you to do something and you're like, stop being so polite. I did not ask you to be polite today. Maybe for everyone else, be super polite because I don't want to condone anything. But for me, don't be polite. Chuck shit at me. I don't care. So, this next piece, so you heard a bit about identity, and I'm going to swiftly move on to more things about identity. And that's one thing that we don't get taught as women in the uterus manual, the uterus owner's manual. That's what we don't get taught. We don't get taught that even if you're in your utopia, so moving from like Perth to Melbourne was my utopia around vegans and feminists and hairy people and beards and, I don't know, like greenies. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is like my utopia. This is going to be so great. I'm not going to be the black sheep. I'm totally going to fit in. But you still get catcalled, no matter where you are. So this next piece is inspired by a catcalling incident I had. And for those of you who don't really understand catcalling, Exhibit A, man in car, driving around with his mates. Always, you have to travel in packs, of course. And they're always like making like interesting noises, and it's a compliment apparently, and that's how you get dates. And I'm like, I don't think so. So this guy was driving down Lygon Street in Melbourne, driving to actually wait. I need a volunteer. I can't be the guy and me. So. get in your car, maybe this way, perfect. No, you have to be cool, you have to be like, meh, and lean back. No, that's perfect, drive like that. And then there's a pedestrian crossing, I'm walking across the pedestrian crossing, and this guy's just like, you're disgusting! You said that, yeah.
You're disgusting.
I think I would probably start chucking lollies at you if you said that. Not sure if I would actually get mad at you, but anyways, let's pretend he's really aggressive. And he said, you're disgusting. And I was like, what, me? What? Okay, that's not very nice. So and since he was at a red light, I was like, normally, catcallers, you zoom past, you can't even get any closure as women, you don't get to vent or anything. But since this guy was at a red light, I was like, perfect opportunity. So I'm gonna have a bit of a chat. So I put my leg in his car and I said, hon, you gotta touch it. And he was just like, shooting himself. And I'm just like, no, you gotta touch it, because what is so disgusting about my legs? And then he took a while, finally, imagine, I didn't do my yoga, so it took some time to get my leg in the car and everything. And then he touched it, then he touched his own hairy legs, and I said, and how does it feel? And he's just like, oh, it feels exactly the same. I was like, then why am I the disgusting one? Why am I the unhygienic one? Excuse me, but you don't actually understand the power of your words, Sonny Jim. So, take a seat, my love. I'm going to do the next piece, which was my response to this man. And my response was also inspired by not only that man's comments, but also comments from society in general when you're in school, when guys are like, whoa, hairy legs, did you see that, bro? How feral is that chick? Hey everyone, look, it's Gorilla Girl, hairiest legs in the world, man. And I'm like, Mr. Speaker, before you categorise me in this referendum called my life, get to know me. You see, from age 0 I was taught, Sikhs don't cut their hair. Till age 9, that was fine, but then it was hide that hair. Because your body, honey, is a questionnaire. I thought them white girls weren't born with leg hair. Why wasn't I the feminine displayed in ads and billboards and magazines? I saw models caress their Photoshop legs, exclaiming in voices sweeter than a lotus emerging from their uterus. Wait, what beauty feels like. Ew, that is so unhygienic. We aren't living in the Stone Age, Good luck getting a date with that bush. But hey, girlfriend, what makes a woman? The hours we pretend to blend, the money we spend just to bend and snap for a passing trend. Mate, welcome to the human body. Does nature disgust you? Do these hairs give you nightmares? It's not about whether we're fair or bare or have red hair or eat too many eclairs. It's in the movement, in the action, the way we flow. Beauty feels like standing up to those bullies in the schoolyard. Beauty is loving stretch marks, love handles, and cellulite. Beauty is in the perfection and the imperfections. Beauty is fighting cancer, anorexia, suicide. Beauty doesn't judge, it doesn't hide. It's in the layers of a Sikh's turban, the folds of a Muslim's hijab. Beauty is brave, educated, free, like the ink on your arms may be your way to be you. The strands waving on my body are my beauty, my truth. They're marks of birth, proof of life. Maybe I am born with it. After all, a lioness is a lioness, not a kitten. And my mane will remain my hair. Yeah, you clicked! I'm so proud of you! You finally interrupted. Oh, amazing, perfect. I know I was talking about hair and being a hairy gal, but we all have something, whether you're a male or a female in this room. You actually look in the mirror in the morning, maybe even this morning, and you see things and you're like, I wish that was smaller, oh, I wish these were bigger, oh, I wish this was like everything. We all have our thing, right? And I want you to think of that thing. I want you to imagine slaying that thing and being like, nah, mate, if this chick can walk around with her hairy legs and put hair legs in people's cars, so can I. Because it's possible. It's very possible. I feel like whether it was a poem about racism, whether it was a poem about being hairy, I feel like Australia would be awesome if we could start having a cup of chai with the bigot down the road, if we could have dinner with the misogynist down the street, if we could actually interact. And actually, I'm not going to make change by having all my ego-boosting clicks and the, pats on the back. That's not where change is going to happen. Change is going to happen where it's bloody scary. So, this last piece, I'm going to ask you to do two things. The first thing, I'm actually going to ask you a question. You know when you do the love heart? Everyone knows the love heart, right? Can you show me your love hearts? Is there any robots? No, we've all got hearts. Amazing. So, with your love hearts, there's this term that we say in my language, Punjabi. There's this term and it's khula dil. It means open heart. Not open heart surgery or like broken heart. That's not where I'm going with this. Wash your blood. No, I'm actually talking about having an open heart. But what does that word mean to you? I'm looking for one word and it starts with E. Can anyone think of it? When you think of someone walking down the street, having an open heart.
Is it empathy?
Empathy, absolutely. And that's what spoken word does for me. You have the ability to step into someone's shoes. But imagine you trying to put your shoes on, you trying to put my shoes on with your shoes on. They're not going to bloody fit, are they? But if you actually take off your shoes represent all your filters or your experiences or your judgments, and then you can actually listen with an open heart. And those things aren't possible unless you guys today have an open heart and have an open mind to explore these awesome ideas that people are presenting to you. This last piece, I want you to hold hands. We're going to kumbaya a little bit. I know you're like, ew, they're so gross. But it's 2016, get over yourselves, seriously. Cooties are so last century. So, I'm going to get you to hold hands. I'm literally going to get into your face if you do not hold hands. That's right. That's right. Even people at the back, I'm checking, and amazing. This is cross-cultural. This is the Indian Ocean, and he's like fully being the bridge between countries. Amazing. Are you guys? Oh, look at that. Oh, I feel the love. Anyone at the back not holding hands? Put it nice and high so I can see them, just like I'm a 5-year-old teacher. Amazing. Perfect. Okay, so the aim of the game is to remain holding hands for this last piece, because if you don't, then it doesn't really work. And I really want it to work, because it's a bit touchy-feely, and sometimes we all need a bit touchy-feely. So this poem, keep holding hands. I'm still going to do disclaimer and talking, and then I'm going to do the poem. So I'm teching, seriously. I've got I eat carrots, really good vision. This poem is inspired by going to UWA and did political science and international relations, and got to my first lecture theatre. There was 400 people in the room, and we all had the same dream. We all had the same dream, and it was to work in the United Nations. And we were like, yeah. But then I read the selection criteria and job descriptions, and they went for 40 pages, and I was like, oh my God, when am I going to get there? And sometimes we have that, whatever we're dreaming of, we're like, as young people, we're like, oh my goodness, we don't have any grey hairs, we're not wise enough, we don't have $1 million, we can't adopt 1 million babies like Angelina Jolie. So what do? Do we just sit there and wait till we're 40 and be like, yeah, I'm ready to make some change? No, we actually start right now. Because next time someone tells you, oh mate, nah, what have you got to say? You're just a bit idealistic, you're just a bit young, you haven't got the experiences. You'll be like, mate, watch me. I watched a TED talk of a spoken word artist 2 years ago exactly. So today's a bit of a full circle day today, and that's how I was introduced to spoken word poetry. And now I get to do this all around the world, and I get to perform and make this into a living. So to all those haters, watch me. So this last piece, I'm so glad you're still holding hands. Can you have them nice and high? Just a bit of a reminder, I can't. Amazing. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you why you're holding hands, because it's up to you to make your own meaning out of art. So, hands up if you watch the news every night and can't decide between fight or flight or might is right. Hands up, everybody, and wave them in the air like you just care. He told me, my bro, leave this earth better than at your birth when you go. So I look at these hands, 2 brown hands. One day I heard my mum say, my name's Sukhjit, it means winner of peace. So I thought I had to be a political feature, a spiritual preacher, anything but this hairy-legged creature. But then I saw the hands. My big sister said to me, hold my hand, baby, and look with me. When you gaze at this country, what do you see? Do you see stats or spirits, boundless plains or borders? When you gaze at the stars, do you see Southern Crosses or Seven Sisters? My hands have hope. So don't protect me from the world, Papa. My hands like yours are for working, Papa. Come build with me an empire of empathy. Friends hold my hands and walk the streets with me. Do you see the superheroes every day, white, black and grey, curly and straight, giving their time of day, helping me on my way, laughing and having their say, teaching their kids like I'll teach mine to tend and mend and spend the time on another, because a stranger is not always danger. So wave those hands, wave hello, shake those hands, shake them off, yo. Use those hands to touch, not type or like. Or emoji week, you're alright. Tinder. You'll feel the love and compassion no text can provide, so take a stand, hands. They're yours. I might be the wordsmith. They might be the wordsmiths. But with your applause, action this poetry and find your cause. Join this girl from Perth on a mission to leave this earth better than we found it at our birth. Thanks so much for having me today. Hope you have a lovely day.